Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel.
I'm Jimmy J.
Of course, I'm Jimmy.
And today we're going to be bringing you a new video. You may have seen on the last one we did a 2017 F-250 underlights.
Yeah.
And then as I was saying in that video, you guys should check it out. It's right up there if you haven't seen it already.
Especially if you're new to the channel. First thing, please hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
Second, we'll put the card up there so you guys can check that video out. It's pretty nice.
So we decided to make one on the 2017 F-150 because the wiring in this is a little bit different. On the Super Duty, on the F-250, he actually has the plugs underneath, so it was really easy to just plug the lights into those plugs, and it was already map light set up. So he was all set. On the F-150s, we got to do a little bit of drilling, a little bit of tapping into some wires, but we should have the same good-looking effect when we're done. I
know drilling and tapping on your new truck sounds scary, but really you're just drilling through a plastic piece and tapping. The wires are right there. You're just going to use those quick connects. So, or you could solder them. It's up to you.
So everything should be smooth. I know on this one we're going to do a little bit different, adding some plugs on there so they're quick.
Yeah. We'll show you those when we show you the supplies.
Yeah, just in case the lights do have a problem, or let's say I want to change the color in time, I can pull the lights off, unplug them, take the lights off, put the new lights on with the new plug. Quick, easy, straightforward. So
we use the dielectric grease on all the connections, everything. It's pretty nice setup. It's made for the weather.
We're building it to last.
If it can, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll jump to all the parts and components that you're going to need. So let's get to it.
Okay, here we are at the cart. Let's show you what we're going to need for supplies. This is what we bought first. This is a roll of 38. What were they? The 3528 LEDs in the silicone sleeve with the IP68 waterproof rating. It has the regular 3M tape on the back. Let's see if we can pull you guys out a piece here. You can see it's the regular 3M tape, but we are going to remove that for a better tape. We'll show you that here in a second. As you see, it's in the silicone sleeve, make it last longer. It is waterproof, but we'll probably do some stuff to make it even better. These lights also came with a little tube of silicone and ends, because we'll have to cut this roll in half so we can do equal on each side. And then here's the ends to seal those up. This is the tape I was telling you about. We're going to take it off the back of these lights, and we're going to put this on. This is the 3M, the very high bond tape. So that'll stick much better. That's what we used on our other one. It worked really well. And next we have wire. This is 14 gauge silicone wire. It's tinned, copper tinned wire. Really good wire. Really flexible. Good for this job. And we're also going to use weather pack connectors for the lights. So in case the light gets damaged or we decide to switch it out later, we literally, all we have to do is unplug it, plug in a new one. So that's all you're going to need for this. I mean, as far as supplies.
Some of the other supplies used by the end of the video include quick splice connectors, heat shrink tubing, soldering supplies, GE silicone, parts cleaner, drill bits and drill, and some paper towels.
So now that we showed you guys all the components, we're going to get started here. So first issue of business here is these lights right here are 16 feet long, but these ones you can cut if you want to show them the copper here.
Every part you see the copper crossover, you can cut at any one of those connections for the length you need. So you can use it for any other job too.
Yeah, so on this truck, we need a little shy of 8 foot for each side, so this is a 16-foot roll, so just about half. When we did yours, it was you said 8 foot was a little bit too long, so maybe go a little bit shy. And then
you can always measure the area where it's got to go and cut accordingly.
And these lights do have tape on them, but not the best quality tape we've ever seen, so we did opt to actually buy some heavy duty good double-sided tape that we're just gonna put on there.
And you can see that old tape that's on here, it peels right up. It doesn't stick very well at all, even to itself. So.
And we want that to stick good so we don't have any
so we're gonna take that all off after we cut it to size, clean this with alcohol, and put that other tape on there.
So now we're going to be cutting the lights. We just stretched these out and then matched it. This rope light did have an actual, I'm not going to be able to find it quick, but it had the little jointed that let you know that it was exactly half of the lights.
That's right here.
Okay, cool. That's right, exactly half, but since it's not copper, we can't really cut on it, so we're just going to scooch over to each side. So we'll cut one here, and then on the other side, we can also cut on the copper.
It's a little less than 8 anyway, so we'll hold that up.
You bet.
You can just use a regular pair of scissors. It cuts easy. Done. That easy. And the kit did come with the silicone caps. We're just going to stuff silicone on the end and put a cap on.
Yeah, because as you see here, it's sealed pretty good. We just need to keep that from having anything get into it. So at least it's got the caps and some silicone.
And the cool thing about these wires, you don't have to do any wiring at the end because each end has wires already. So perfect for.
So all we're going to be doing on this side is just sealing this so no water or anything can get inside of it. So
this kit also came with silicone. So we're gonna get that out.
All right, so we kind of just took this under the truck, did quick dry fit just to see if it was the good length. So we're actually going to cut off a little bit more. Just make sure you check on your specific application, just that it fits. So I think just a few inches comes off of this.
It's got like 4 inches, 5 inches there.
Yep. So now we have the actual length that will actually work on one side of the truck.
All right, guys. The silicone was hardened that came with the lights, which is okay. We don't know what kind it was. So we went and got some GE silicone. We're gonna fill that cap with some. See there? We filled it, squirting out. Then it just fits easily over the end of this cap. Everything will be waterproof then. You'll know for sure because it squirts out. Perfect. That'll be perfectly sealed. We ain't gotta worry about that leaking. Then while we're cleaning the underneath, we'll let this dry. You just do that to your other one, you're all set.
All right, so now that I'm under here, I'm just going to be cleaning the little section where we're going to be putting the lights. So underneath the door in here, there's a channel where you can put your light. You're going to want to stick your light to this part, not sideways, because if you put it sideways, it'll just blast the light out sideways. You need it straight down. And as you see, this has got a slight little angle, so it'll kind of just shine it right nice at the ground. So you're just going to clean this entire track. We're using some brake cleaner at the moment. Just make sure you spray this on a rag, not on your surface, because you can get rid of some of your paint. So just give that a quick wipe, clean this right up all across on both sides, and you'll be ready for sticking the lights. Alright, so we just wanted to get this on video for you guys quick because we were talking about replacing the tape. So we have, this is one side of it, so I was just following with the tape and grabbing the glue and then sliding it down. Pretty easy. It's not hard to get off, so if you grab them both and go nice and slow, you can get the glue and get the tape off all in one peel. Alright everybody, so we're taking a few extra precautions here to make sure that these lights stick underneath. We're in a colder climate, so we opted to use a little bit of heat. So what we've been doing is cleaning this off of any oil, grease, dirt with a little bit of brake cleaner, just sliding one direction pretty easy. And then once we got this done, we just grab a little bit of heat with a torch, just like this, and then I just have Jimmy Sr. there just slowly going over I'd say slowly and quick, but going through it real quick to heat it up as I put some of the tape on and slowly roll with it. We're trying to make sure that it binds pretty good, just because, as I said, we're in a colder climate. And
this is silicone, so it's notorious for not having stuff stick to it. Like if you had Crocs or something, you'll know what we're talking about. But if you had a heat gun, probably be better to use than the torch, but we didn't want to go get it because it's really cold out. So we're just cleaning it off. We're just running the torch by it real quick. We'll show you how that goes. We're just finishing cleaning it up right now. All right, guys, here we are. We're at the end where we're going to start. You can see, like down here, we still have the silicone, which is tacky, which is great. It'll help hold the tape. But like you can see with him, he's touching that end of the tape. Make sure you have that piece hanging over.
Yeah, I'm just going to overlap, so wherever my finger touched, I don't have any.
Because it will make it less sticky. So we're taking this torch. Sorry if I'm not in frame sometime. I'm trying to do both here. We're just running it back here real quick. Just trying to make it warm so it adheres better. Plus this kind of tape says it cures fully in 24 hours. So
also keep in mind too, if you're in a warmer climate, you probably don't have to do this.
Yeah.
It's pretty cold out, so I shift it a little bit, but it'll be okay. I'll go 2 more, right?
Get right to that spot. Just do a little bit at a time so your sections don't...
I had a little bit of overhang, but not bad.
Oh, but yeah, it'll be all right.
Okay.
Just do a little section at a time so it doesn't cool on you. Be careful against the tape. The tape don't like this heat at all.
It'll melt.
But we're going to do this like that. Stick that section. And we're just going to continue doing that the rest of the way. Doesn't take too long. Like I said, the extra precaution, we want to make sure the job works and stays good. And then we'll go on to the next step.
All right, so we're in the driver's side rear right now. So we open the door. First thing you're going to do is take off this kick plate. It's pretty easy. It just pulls right out. And then, I have a Husky floor liner, so just if we're lifting this out of the way, just so you guys know. Once this is exposed, if you see this little white, I guess I call it a clip, or that head, we're going to be drilling through that to go underneath. I'll show you guys in a second the underneath so you can see where it will pop out of. Sometimes it doesn't fully follow the white circle. When I'm down there, you'll see it might pop a little bit away from it, but you know, you just drill that hole, file around it so it's nice and smooth, and we can run our wire.
Our hole's going to be a little bigger because we're using 14 gauge wire, because we might possibly put some accent lighting, and we want to make sure the wire's thick enough to carry all that current.
Yeah.
So yours might not need to be that thick, but we're going to go bigger.
Okay, now underneath the truck here, if I look up this this little, sorry, yeah, thank you. This clip right here, this is where the drill bit will come down through. It might be a little bit shifted above it or below it, but I'm expecting it to go right through there, pop out right there. This is a side note for you guys. Since you did drill metal, please take the time to file it so you don't have any
Sharp edges,
sharp curly wires that might cut your wire. So, you know, just get a file that's round shaped. I think that, yeah, that's what he's using.
One side's round, it's
yep.
like a half shape.
So it can follow the hole. You can spin. See if I can get in there a little bit better.
See that hole down there?
Yep.
So we're set on this side.
So right now we're adding some extra wire onto this so we can actually...
This is the one that...
Yeah, this on the driver's side rear. This cord has to go all the way underneath like the back seat to reach the passenger side rear, because that's where the cable is that we need to tap into. So this one's got to be longer, so we're just soldering it right now. We made sure to put the heat shrink tube on first, and we're going to keep this on the spool so we can kind of give it a dry run to see how much wire it's going to take before we cut it, because we don't want to run out.
Probably ain't the best way to do it with a torch, but for speed's sake, that's the way I'm doing it.
Now that we have it soldered, we're just using some of that heat shrink tube, just sealing it up right now. Isn't this is a marine grade type, right?
Yeah, it's a double walled adhesive line, so glue will squirt out at the end. You can kind of see it there.
You might not be able to, but trust me, it's there.
Well, heat gun is better for this, but like I said, for speed's sake, that's what I'm doing.
All right, we have the solder done and the heat shrink tube, so now we have unlimited wire.
We'll cut it and put another piece of bigger shrink tube here to hold it together once we figure out the length. All right, guys, we are underneath on the driver's side here, putting this up. Since it is cold here, like we said, you can see our breath. We're all COVID-free up here, so we are.
I work from home.
We are heating this metal here. Just watch out for your rubber seal. Just rub the heat across it, just enough to get the cold out so your glue will stick better. I'm doing both here again, so if I uncenter, I'm sorry. Little section at a time so it don't get cold. There you go. And just stay in the center between where it starts to turn and your rubber boot. It would be easier with two people, but it can be done by yourself, no problem.
And then if you go off track, just you have time to correct it by doing little pieces at a time. So
but that's all we're going to do right to the end. We're just going to keep heating it, peeling it, and sticking it just till we get to the end. All right, guys, as you can see, we got it all stuck on here all the way down and all the way back this way. Let's see if I can get you over here. You can see it. Go all the way to the end here. You can see the wire. We're going to clean this section off right here. We're going to clean this all off because we're going to stick the wire here with double-sided 3M tape, which we've used it on our boat before, and it holds really well. So we're going to do that. So we're going to clean this off, heat it up a little bit, and then stick it there. We'll show you how that looks.
Right now he's working on, oh, see, it's cold. He's got his breath down there. He just heated up the body like he was saying where he's going to put the tape. So I cut some tape, and I have it just sitting here right now. So he's just wiring it up and then taping over the wire and then to the cab. There you go. So we're inside the cab here, guys. We're running the wire. Sorry if it's a little bit dark. We'll get everything going. I'll grab a light here to show you guys. So this is, yeah, dark interior. So how we're going to be running this. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I need to grab myself some. There we go. So we're going to be running the wire right underneath this. Continue all the way up. Follow this up here. And then we're going to run it behind this felt. Hold on a second. Put this light here. So this felt down here, if you look in all these places, there's these gaps, so we're just going to run the wire right behind this. So when it's all said and done, the wire that he's bringing from over there, because what we're wiring into is actually on the passenger side here, so he'll just run it, follow along this, pop out here, and then we'll get to working on putting our plugs on the wire end. So we got the wire ran all from the back. It's so good you guys can't even see it really. I mean, you could see it down in the corner down there, but it's all hidden good, all tucked into here. And then as you see, the wire pops out right here, and the sill plate will cover this. So now we're to the point now we're just going to wire these clips on here and then break into the sheathing, and hopefully the wiring goes smoothly. We got our fingies crossed.
We're opting to do... We were opting to do plugs. Are we still doing the plugs?
I don't know. We might not need them, really. At this point, it's wired. Like, if you had a problem,
you just pull it out of them holders anyway.
Yeah, I guess. So maybe we'll opt out of the pluggers. Just for space sake, too, because by the time you have some plugs in here, you're going to fill this up. So maybe we'll just splice right into this. So we'll cut these a little bit shorter, because as you see, we have way more than we need. We'll keep a little bit, maybe coil it up, and then get into the sheath. So
let's go get a razor. We'll cut the coating open
very carefully. So now what we did was we got both of these wires, and then we joined them together and then made a little tail for them. So this was just one wire stuck together. We just broke it apart. So now we have a positive and a negative. So we pulled the wires
out of the sheath.
Yes, out of the sheath. This is the part you have to be very careful when you do. So
thank you.
From what we're reading about, they say the gray with a violet stripe is the positive for your map lights. And then there's one down below which was black with a yellow stripe, which will be the negative. So we're just clipping into those right now.
We're gonna wing it.
This is the scary part.
Of course, we're using these quick tap ones for the ease of this. I mean, if this stuff freaks me out every time, because if we're not in the right wire, you put a hole in it.
But at least it's in its own sheath and covered, so if you did have an oopsie, you probably can fix it up. Now, this is a little bit harder to do too, because those wires do not have a lot of play. That's why we were using that little circled pick to try to pull the wire out. So that's positive.
They should be wired in. Now we got to find that black and gray one,
which is near the bottom. So we'll try to fish that out. So we found the black with the yellow stripe. So he's trying to clip this in here. Guys, it's not exactly winging it, but it's winging at the same time. This is very nerve-wracking. This is why we decided to do a video for the lights on the F-150, because this is the process you guys would have to go to if you didn't have those connectors underneath. So in theory? In theory, we just have to shut the doors, because we've had the doors open for over 10 minutes. So if we did this properly, when we open it, the light should turn on. Whew, guys, this is the moment of truth. I got the...
Did we hit the right wires?
Yeah, so... Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, it works. Yes, let me check the other side.
First shot, first hit.
And we got lights, guys. It's working. First hit. Awesome.
Now all we got to do is button those up, silicone the holes we drilled, and then we'll put the sill plates back on. We're done.
Yeah, awesome.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, buddy. We'll show you guys a little bit later with the lights off in here so you can see it.
Yeah, we'll give you another little clip at night when it gets dark. We'll record a little bit so you can see how bright it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are the 35/28s, a little bit smaller, like the 50/50. That's the size of the diodes. But well, 150 looks
deciding factor for me too was does that fade out or is that instant? Okay. The deciding factor for me as well is not getting as bright ones, because my truck is lower to the ground. I did have the steps here, but I took those off because seeing some videos of people with them, it kind of left that shadow on the ground where the step was. So we just opted to take those off. And
plus it looks higher.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it look better. I mean, I got the leveling kit to put on here soon, so it'll look bigger. All right, guys, so we're still in the shop here. Just want to show you guys the lights. I'm going to have Jimmy open the door. Yep, lights right up. Nice. Just like what we want. So if you guys want to see some pictures, I'm sure we'll throw this on our Instagram or our Facebook. So if you haven't yet followed, please check out our socials so you can kind of stay up to date with some of the things we're doing. We're trying to get a little bit more active on there.
Well, there you have it, guys. Another job, well done. Looks beautiful.
Yep, we did do a little bit of modification by not using the plugs for this one, but when we were looking at the space in there, like if we're getting those plugs in there, we still have to put that kick plate in there. It just wasn't gonna fit well, so we just wired it. But overall, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it was a little harder than like we said, the 250, because 250's got a plug under there already.
Yep.
We had to do some wiring, and the research we did find the correct wires. We will leave
Yeah, I'll put it in the video
Yeah.
too, so when you guys look back, you can pause it, and I'll put it big, and maybe we'll put it in the description too. Or pin a comment, whatever you guys need, because it is very, very eerie to just poke into a wire for the first time. You're just like, oh, I hope this is it. Otherwise, you got to try to patch it up.
We got it right the first time. That don't happen often.
But we have some more videos coming up, so if you guys haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. If you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I ordered a new grill for this, the one with the cool Ford lettering, so maybe we're going to...
The Raptor style grill.
Yeah, so we're going to either hydro dip or wrap some of the letters, tinker with it so we can make it custom. And then I got the leveling kit on the way too, so hopefully this will raise up a little bit taller, because as you see, compared to his truck, I'm pretty low. But it's good for me, because I'm not a tall fella.
Still, it'll raise it up. We'll maybe even trim your balance down there too.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give it that height. But
And I think that pretty much sums it up.
yeah, anything that we used, we'll leave links to all the supplies and stuff down below. The color combo, like we said, for the wires, that'll help you guys out. And don't forget to click on those. They'll probably be affiliate links, so it does help the channel. We appreciate that.
We definitely appreciate it, so we can start doing some of these cool things and make videos. Because making the videos takes a lot longer than us just doing this project. That's probably like an hour plus of just recording, making sure we stop to record.
Plus, it's freezing cold, so it takes a lot to
you'll
get
see
started.
You saw our breath in some of these videos, so
yeah. So till next time, guys, try something new.
Do a little bit of everything.